Why do I hunt? It's a question I've been wrestling with for years. Such a seemingly simplistic question with a deeply complex answer. And I'm not even sure if answer is the right word. I've come to realize that the question can be addressed through reasoning. And recently, the more I've thought about it, I realized I've been doing this for years. This is a lifestyle podcast, and it's not just that it's a lifestyle podcast, but everything we just said develops that certain kind of character.
Indeed.
I mean, just like you said with gaining knowledge every time you're out, I mean, that makes you a certain type of person. That molds your mind in a certain way. It makes you inquisitive. It makes you look for more. It makes you learn things. I mean, I don't want to say that it, developed my brain into the type of scientific method type of thinking, but it kind of does. It kind of naturally puts you in that state where you're looking at cause and effect, you're analyzing that, and then you're trying to figure out what to do because of it. It's absurd to think about it in this sense that we shouldn't be doing this, because our bodies obviously react this way for a purpose.
Right.
It's natural.
Kind of like, we touched on, I wrote an article a little while ago about why do we hunt, and it wasn't more on a personal level, it was more on a human level,
Right.
like a biological level. Like it goes way back to like Homo erectus type stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
course. I mean, there were threats in that time that had to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And that definitely contributed. But as far as those threats went, it was predator versus predator, essentially. Yeah. And if our bodies didn't do that, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
So the fact that they do, and we were able to overcome those threats, is the sole reason that we're sitting here talking right now.
Sure.
So
here's a little fun fact for you.
I mean, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for this response, and that response is the direct effect of killing something. I mean, to consume something that you personally ended is just it's something else, and I could see how to some people it sounds negative.
Oh, sure.
That's a thing, to try to be open-minded to the people who are just not there with it. We get the dynamics of a population and how there's an ideal number that will cause that population to thrive. Knowing that as a predator is pretty much conservation in itself. We understand it's the idea that we are altruistic predators. We understand how to help ourselves, but we understand how to help our prey at the same time, which is crazy in itself.
morning, we will start to see clouds also increasing from south to north. So I think tomorrow is going to be a little bit cooler with more cloud cover. Now, here are the winds. Now, notice I mentioned this morning it's going to be fairly light. As we get into the afternoon, that's when we're going to feel the winds really start to increase, gusts potentially 40 to 45 for you and out going it down towards Carroll, even though this model indicated between about 35 and 40.
In my opinion, there really is no correct or incorrect answer to the question. Only reasons. What I've compiled here is my best attempt at addressing that thus far. So for now, the next time somebody asks me, why do you hunt? I can show them this and tell them, for these reasons.